everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For all the returning subscribers, thank you so much for watching, and for all the new subscribers, please make sure to click the subscribe button. Yes, as you guys can see, I'm back in my infamous beauty room. I know you guys were expecting a vlog, but since you heard with the whole lockdown, I can't really be going anywhere, so I'm gonna try my best to create content for you within the perimeters of my home. So I did ask a couple of you guys on Instagram, I think about a night or two ago, what you guys would like to see on the channel for the upcoming 21 days of lockdown. Hopefully, I'd like to release a video every other day just to keep you guys entertained for the period or the duration of this lockdown. But then obviously it's not going to be a bit easy with creating content. But I swear, Scout's honor, whatever that means, and I've heard it on a lot of American movies, but I swear that I'm just going to make sure I can create content for you guys, right? Cool stuff. So a lot of people asked me for story time, of which I know, ooh, let's okay guys, so apologies for the weather. The sun is going in and out of the clouds, so if I begin to look a bit dark, I'm very sorry. But a couple of days ago on my Instagram story, I asked you guys what you guys would have wanted to see on the channel, and I got a lot of responses about story times and a lot of tags. So because I haven't done a tag in a bit now. I think the last tag I did was the boyfriend tag. I decided I'm gonna do a tag today, right? So I think the last tag I watched was Mimi's tag. She did a my first time tag, and I did get a lot of people requesting a my first time tag specifically under my responses. So we're gonna be doing a my first time tag. Like, I've never even done it before. I haven't even looked at the questions. I just thought it would be a lot more fun if we just kept it really like spontaneous. Oh my god, this weather. Okay guys, so there is a set of questions that you can find. All you need to do is go onto Google, type in my first time tag. But then if you have difficulty with doing that, I do know a website called YouTube Society, and I will put a link down where I got my first time tag questions, because I'm assuming that the first time tag questions are different, right? Right. So the first question is, what is the first app you check when you wake up in the morning? Twitter. I'm always checking Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. Anybody who knows me, I check Twitter. My first broken bone. I don't think I've ever had a broken bone. I've had a lot of stitches, but I don't think I've had a broken bone. First foreign country you ever visited? Mauritius? Mauritius. First Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook post. It's normally a Twitter post, then it's an Instagram post. I'm hardly ever on Facebook. If you are trying to find me via Facebook, please try find me in other methods, because I'll go into my Facebook once every 3 months and I'll get like 13 inboxes from people who are trying to contact me or wanted to work with me on a specific campaign. But I'm not on Facebook, and I do feel like Facebook is becoming obsolete, even though it still holds the world's largest amount of users as in comparison to Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, I'm not on Facebook. First makeup item that I ever got was foundation. It was Revlon Color Stay in the color Toast. I had gotten into a big fight with my sister that day, and she abused me. So then I got a little bit of a scar because we had like a big fight, and then I covered it with makeup. So yeah. First plane ride you ever went on? I was super young. I think I was really young. My family and I, we used to go to Knysna all the time. Sometimes it would be drive, sometimes it would be plane. So I think the first time I ever took a plane was to Cape Town. First time you ever got into trouble at home and at school? I can't tell you guys the first time I ever got into trouble at school. Mrs. Johnson knows me. For anybody who wonders, I was infamous for being a vandal at St. Catherine's Dominican Convent, okay? I don't even know how my teachers dealt with me for 13 years, but those teachers they had to have some form of organic love for me, because I was a troublemaker. I was a mischievous kid. Is it mischievous or mischievous? It's mischievous. Yeah, it's mischievous. I was a mischievous child at St. Catherine's. So I don't know how Miss Johnson dealt with me, but I know the very first time I did something wrong, I ate Mrs. Henry's chocolate bar. So anyone who watches this and goes to St. Catherine's, you guys know what I'm talking about. I ate Mrs. Henry's chocolate bar. First time I was ever allowed to put on makeup. I put makeup on in varsity, so I didn't really put makeup on throughout high school. First YouTuber you subscribed to? I actually subscribed to Cynthia Webu, so Yeah, I actually subscribed to Cynthia, so she was the first YouTuber that I subscribed to. The first time I went shopping on my own, I can't remember this. Why would anyone remember this? My first boyfriend, girlfriend, if I'm being really honest, I think my first boyfriend was Tabang in high school. I don't want to count junior because I was 10. Him and I were in grade 4. But I think the very first boyfriend I had was a guy named Tabang in high school. Yeah. And we like dated for 2 years. My first celebrity crush, probably Drake. My first cooking experience, I didn't really cook until after my mom died. So, and you guys who follow me on the channel know I'm really big on cooking. So I've had various cooking experiences. So I can't even remember that one. My first ever cell phone, it was a Nokia 2850. Remember that one that had the bubbles? Remember the one with the bubbles? And I got the pink and purple one. So I was popping back in my time. My first ever date. I can't remember that. I can't remember that. It was probably with Tamam. My first ever kiss. Who's supposed to remember all of this? Okay. My first fear was being afraid of the dark. Till today, I am still afraid of the dark, okay? Please don't judge me, don't ask me. My first friend in college was a girl named xoxo. Actually, xoxo, I still follow her on Instagram. We're still good friends, we still talk. But she was my first serious friend. And I also had another friend called Piwendumo. But her and I, we shortly stopped being friends in like first year. But we were very good friends when we were. My first heartbreak. Wow! My first heartbreak was with Jerome. I don't know if you guys ever watched any of my story times, but my very first story time, he was my first heartbreak. But it wasn't, yeah, no, he was my first heartbreak. Jerome was my first heartbreak. But yeah, we're good now. Everything's all good now. My first job was at DNA Brand Architects. I was an intern and I worked there for 3 months, no pay. And it was just for the experience and I loved it. They ate sushi every week. They drank champagne every other week. DNA Brand Architects was where it's at the time that I was there. My first love. I think my first love was yeah, my first love was Tabang and my first heartbreak was Jerome. Yeah. My first pet, right? So my mom had a friend who lived opposite and that dog gave birth to these other, like the baby dogs, right? The puppies. My mom took a puppy for me and we named it Twinkie. And I brushed Twinkie's teeth and Twinkie slept in my room and Twinkie was the love of my life. And when Twinkie died, my mom was so afraid to tell me. Like, I was so heartbroken that day, guys. I can just remember how much I cried. This son, really. My first sexual experience, skip. Nah, nothing. I don't know any sexual experiences. I've never had any before I met my boyfriend. Sorry guys, I'm feeling, woo, the roadie. First YouTube video was about 4 years ago with my sister. Woo! Guys, actually, I'm just gonna show you guys a snippet of how it looked and I want you guys to see the difference between then and now. My sister and I have come a really long way. First Facebook profile pic. How are we supposed to find these archives? Don't you guys remove your ugly profile pictures? I mean, I started doing that when I joined social media. I knew that I had a big mouth and someone was about to use a throwback on me, okay? So I don't remember what it was, but I'll try to find it. What was your first alcoholic drink? Smirnoff Speed. I got brutal fruit. Yo, brutal guys. It came in with the heat. With that mango, what? That slice of mango and it had a berry one. You know, back then brutal was it. Brutal fruit and Smirnoff Spin. I was heavy on those. That was my first alcoholic drink. Next question. What was your first car? My first car was a Kia Rio. It was a white Kia Rio. I'll never forget how excited I was when I got that car. Like, my life changed, guys. I became cool gal. Naledi Mallela. I mean, I've changed my cars since then. But yes, I drove a Kia Rio. Who was the first person to text you today? The first person to text me today was my mom, right? And my sister, because we're all in a WhatsApp group and they like to bombard me. Oh, I think it's between them and my dad. Yeah. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? Oh my god, guys. The first person I thought of this morning, when I woke up and I turned around, he was sleeping right next to me, and I was just like, oh my god, his head is huge. His head is so big, he's going to ruin my children. Like, I keep looking at him when he sleeps, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's got great features, but he's got such a big head. Such a big head. Like, how are you gonna ruin my baby like that? I don't have a big head. I don't have a big head. He's got a huge head. But anyway, whatever. Who was your first teacher? My first teacher was Mrs. Henry, grade 0 in St. Catherine's. I don't know if she's there. Maybe she's retired. But Mrs. Henry has been there for such a long time. She was my first teacher. Where was my first sleepover? At Ntatsing's house, which is opposite my mom's house. What was the first thing you do in the morning? The first thing I do in the morning is wake up and brush my teeth. Like, every day, that feel. What is the first concert you ever went to? Drake, yo. Guys, I almost cried. So it was back in high school. It was me, Isaac, Tabang, Bonolo. I don't remember if Ntogos was there. I don't remember, but I was with the boys. Oh, no, I'm lying. It was me, Isaac, Tabang, Bonolo, and Vanele, but Isaac's little sister. We all got our tickets for Lil Wayne, and then it was Lil Wayne and Drake over a series of like 2 or 3 days. And the after party was at that other club. So we went, and they said to us Drake won't be there on that particular night. Okay, it's nice, the concert is great, we're in Golden Circle. The moment I heard Drake's voice, I found the tallest guy I could find. I don't even know if it was Isaac or someone else. They put me on my shoulders and I almost cried. I did cry. The tears were right here. I saw the love of my life. That's when I fell in love with Drake, like, period. First piercing, I've never had a piercing. Oh, my ears. That's the only piercing I've ever had, and I don't even know why this counts. Like, ugh. Sorry about the weather, guys. First movie you remember seeing? I don't remember that. My first detention, don't ask me that because I was always in detention. People in St. Catherine's, even today, they ask me, in matric, how did you move from being such a vandal to being such a school kid? Like, I was always in detention. I was always getting in trouble with the teachers. I ate Mrs. Henry's chocolates. Oh, no. Don't even ask me that because I don't remember. If you were to ask any of my teachers that still remember me, they'll tell you now, like, Naledi was actually such a troublesome one. Who was your first roommate? I've never lived with a roommate and I never will, and my dad hates it and I hate it, and yeah, no. And have you guys watched The Roommate, the movie? Yeah, I'm straight. And you know what, all of my friends who live in res always complain about roommates. They're eating your food, they're using your cleaning supplies, they don't clean the kitchen, it always smells like raja lidi curry. That's actually one of the reasons why I never lived on res. Like, I can't stand that smell. I can't stand the fact that as soon as you wake up next door, if you're sleeping next door to someone who's really big on cooking and stuff, yo guys, Monash used to smell like Monash reses, especially res 4. Woo! It used to smell like you see, like, people who make gang curries. And the thing is, with Monash, there were a lot of foreign students, so you'd even be able to tell by the smell that, no man, that's a Niger boy. That's a Niger boy's cooking. This one, South African, you can smell with the barbecue spice. But you know, there was a distinctive smell. You knew. Res 4. Ooh, I used to hate going there. Okay, next question. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Get naked. Light a hub, get naked. Okay, well, literally, like, I take off my clothes and I just chill in my underwear. Probably smoke a hub. If I don't do that, I'll probably get into my underwear, watch TV, get comfortable, just before I even do anything else. But I literally just take my clothes off. I can even start at the garage door and just get like, I just, no. Who was the first person I watched on YouTube? I used to watch, I think the first person I watched was it Jessie? Jenny Jenkins and Patricia Bright were the first 2 YouTubers I used to watch. It's so crazy because I don't watch them anymore, but they were the first and I was extremely obsessed with them. I was so obsessed with them, their skin tone. I liked the fact that I could relate to Jenny Jenkins a lot. Her skin journey kept me going for a really long time, and to see her progress and her glow up over a decade, is honestly, it's outstanding, really. I didn't watch Light Skin Hands on YouTube. What? Okay guys, that's it. Those are all of the first time tag questions. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it funnier for you guys, but I do have a couple of other videos that I need to record in terms of story times, so I'm reserving all of that energy for later. So if you guys have any other tags that you would like to see, please do comment down below and let me know what you want to see, and I'll definitely make sure I record it for you guys over the series of the lockdown period. And before we close off, you guys, I'd just like to ask you guys to please stay at home. Please make sure you use any form of social distancing that you can for the next 21 days. Just stay safe and protect your health, and until then, I will see you guys in the next video.